Hey guys, thanks for clicking in. I'm with Kevin Papi up here at DST, right here guys, DST. Check it out online. That stands for Dynamic Sports Training, correct?
Yes,
hey, give us some ideas. We talked a little bit about thinking out of the box and how everyone is going to follow the herd on what they're doing, but not necessarily with what you do. What are some of the things that you talk about on thinking out of the box?
Well, one of the things that I like to talk about when thinking outside the box is that there hasn't been a perfect way discovered yet, and if there was a perfect way, someone smarter than us would have already figured it out. So it is about taking from other people. You don't have to be right, and they don't have to be wrong because you're right. It's taking what other people do well, manipulating it to fit your structure and trying to improve upon it. That's business best practice.
It's a new patent.
Right, exactly. That's what we're trying to do. And so instead of saying, well, because I learned this, this, and this in textbook, that a lot of the textbooks and other subjects have been proven wrong over the course of years, we cling to training textbooks as if they're gospel. And so I think the issue is, like, if we just listen to conventional wisdom on the training side, we would believe that problems with the scapula would be fixed by Y's, T's, and I's. And I've never actually seen scapular mechanics really improve that much from those things, other than just by developing some strength. Sure. So it's about thinking outside the box and thinking about what's appropriate for that athlete. A few years ago, everyone was talking about posture and everything had to be neutral, back flat, head neutral, pack the chin. Now everyone's talking about the only bad posture is the posture you're in all the time. It's about exploring movement variability and different body types. So for me, it's about not just believing because an expert or you read it. It's about experiencing it, understanding certain concepts and why certain things work, and then trying to improve upon it and make it a bit your own.
So let me go in my forte. I love pitching. So the advice that you could give to a pitcher that's going through a conditioning program, and let's say it's in the fall, because let's narrow it down. They're in the fall. They're taking their 3 to 4 months off. What should be their goals? And I know everyone's different, but if you could kind of blanket that area, what should be their goals in the fall? Because that's where we are now, guys.
So like you said, it's true. Everyone is a little bit different, or a lot of bit different, honestly, especially in high school. You have different body types and different structures. But a blanket idea is when they're coming off a heavy season of throwing, like they do in the spring and the summer, and I do believe year-round baseball becomes a big problem for arm care. I mean, some people,
5 times more likely to get hurt if they go past.
Yeah, I feel like people don't need to be polarizing on things like this. It doesn't need to be, oh, you need to take 5 months off, or no, you should throw all the time. Truth is probably somewhere in between for every athlete. 5 months is probably more conservative. It doesn't really matter. But while they're taking time off throwing, it should be about restoring the range of motion that was lost. So whether that's through the T-spine, upward rotation of the scapula, internal, external rotation.
Now you say T-spine a lot. A lot of people don't know what that is.
Yes.
What is T-spine?
So your T-spine is your thoracic spine. That's your mid to upper back.
Show me.
So your thorax, rib cage, right? So your T-spine is going to be right around here is your lumbar, thoracolumbar junction. I don't know why I was spacing on that. And then
what language are you speaking?
Yeah. So this is just all technical jargon for low back to mid back junction, or where they combine, where they come together. And then your cervical spine starts up here, which is your neck and everything like that. So this area right here is your thoracic spine, and it is built a lot more for mobility than your cervical and your lumbar spine, which are built more for stability purposes. So if we lose mobility in this area, joints on either side will take up that range of motion requirement that you're going to, and you will end up compensating to improve your goal, but you're going to end up compromising those stable areas into mobile areas, and that's how disc herniations and things like that can happen.
So good. Give you a little definition, and final to end up, the one thing that the blanket statement that we could work would be what?
Well, like I said, restoring the range of motion through the shoulder, but building strength back through the rotator cuff, movement quality overhead, and then just building a base level of strength. Most athletes don't have a good base level of strength, especially in high school, but especially pitchers who think that they need to spend all their time stretching and everything. Strength is always going to be a #1 factor.
So guys, you can look up on YouTube everything he just talked about and try to learn it yourself, or you can come up to DST, ask them some questions. What's the best way they can reach you out here?
They can reach us. They can either email me at kevin@dynamicsportstraining.com. They can follow us at DST_Houston on Instagram or Twitter, or check out our Facebook page, Dynamic Sports Training.
Awesome. Hey, thanks so much for the time. Guys, check them out. They're good people to talk to. Nuke out.